What's going on, guys? If you're anything like me, you are very excited for the $18 PSA submissions. So I've been pulling out my cards, looking through them. And we've got a lot here. So it's kind of fun because I think I've mentioned it a couple times on stream, but last year I went nuts on Shohei Ohtani, and here is the small collection I picked up, I believe for $100 if I remember right. But you can see I got the Topps. I believe this is the update. Yeah, Topps update. The Topps base. Oh no, that's update as well. This is the sneaky one. In here it looks scratched up. I think that's on the top loader here, but that is the sepia refractor. PSA 10's going for around 400, but you can see Topps Chrome. Those are $40 a piece. These, I believe, are closer to 50. So, and then the updates, which aren't worth as much, but still pretty wild to have that many. So all of these will be going for myself. And then as I'm going through these, I'm looking at some PC cards and then some investor cards. So this is PC. These are investor cards, actually. I think these are super flippable. This one, I'm on the fence, whether that's PC or investor. This one would be an Investa-Flip. This is a PC Investa-Flip. What's crazy is these, so like the Joe Burrows, this in a PSA 10 is worth about $80. PSA 9 is still worth like 40 or 50, so it's actually worth sending. Same with this, worth sending. It's crazy how good these Joe Burrows are doing. So if you've got any base Joe Burrows and you believe he's still going to be good next year, and then the Dynagon, I apologize, Jordan Love, which, by the way, I just got 5 more mega boxes, so if anybody's interested, that is a PC. This one I'm on the fence, but I'm gonna say that's an Investa-Flip. Same with these two, investing in them to flip them. The only reason this is in the middle, guys, I've got about 5 of them. I'm not sure if I need another one, but I do like them. Oof, look at that PC. That one right there might just stay in the PC. I really like Kevin Durant, and I think that's kind of a cool card. Be interesting to remember that he was in Brooklyn. These are invest to flip cards. This right here, if it comes in, which you can see it's pretty well centered, if it comes in a PSA 10, it's probably worth $150 once football season comes around. That's what I think. Very nice. Invest to flip. Flip. Ja Morant. God dang, I like that card. Now that I'm close to Memphis, these I'm going to go through and look at just to make sure that they're square, pull them out, because the scratching, again, you're seeing us on the top loader. A bunch of invest to flips on those. Same invest to flip. This one is a PC card. I don't have that yet. Slabbed. Invest to flip on those. That one I'll probably PC just because it's a good looking one. Jalen Hurts black. Maxey, the LeBron James, very nice. Edwards, there's another PC, and there's another PC. Just kind of go through the rest of these. I'm going to separate them out. I've been meaning to do it anyway. These are out of a huge box that I've gone through, so I still have probably 3 times this many that are ones I'm considering, but not necessarily sending. So invest to flip all these. This one will be a PC. Not sure why it's riding high. And then these, actually, if you guys have the gold set for Donruss, these things have been coming back mostly as 10s. Like, I'm talking 80% 10 so far for us. So the rest of those will go as invest to flip. One of these two's got to come back as a good... Yes, those are PC. This is actually a PC, and then the Burrow will be invest to flip. Burrow, again, inexpensive Burrow cards. You know, for $18, it's going to end up costing around 20, let's say 27-ish to get them there and back. They're still you know, these will still easily sell even in a PSA 9 for 40, 50 bucks. So not a lot of money, but you'll make a few bucks. Chase Young, invest to flip. Oof, this one right here, that's a PC card. Oh, I love this one too, the scope. PC, PC. I already have them on, but I'll put this one in the PC. I'm going to keep whichever one's the lesser and sell the one that gets the higher. For me, that's another PC card. Gosh dang, that's a PC card. Look at that one right there. I had these priced because I went to a card show, and so I was attempting to sell a few of them, sold a few cards, and then decided that, to be honest, card shows are cool if you want to invest the time. This is a sick card. I actually think this has a shot at a 10. You can tell that it's actually pretty square. You just look top right to top right, top left, or bottom left, I apologize, to bottom right. And it's just looking, and it looks very square. But yeah, card shows are fun. I'm not sure if they are for me personally. I like selling on eBay. It's easier, it's faster. Invest to flip on these Jordan Loves. I still think Jordan Love gets a crack at playing here in the next couple of years, so I want to have a few cards ready to go for him. Tyrese Maxey, very nice. Halliburton, Herbert, Kellen Mond, that is a PC, and I've already got a couple of these, so that will be an invest to flip. But anyway, yeah, so gives you guys a general idea of kind of what I'm looking to send. I may end up sending all of these. I'm kind of on the fence. I know it's going to cost a little bit of money. Just to kind of put it into context, let's say we're going to average $25 a card, which pretty reasonable. Even if you send in this number, it's going to be close to 25 with shipping both ways. We got 1, 2, 3. So there's 100. So there's 100, just to put it into context. So that's about 2,500 bucks. So if I was going through to kind of piece these down, what I would end up doing is going through here and saying, look, this one's a hard to get a 10. The reason why is they get pretty beat up on the back end, but I'll take a gamble there. Take a gamble, take a gamble. This one, just because it's Burrow, I'm taking a gamble. Downtown, I'm going to take the gamble. But what I'm looking for as I'm going through here is I'm looking for some medium range cards that I can pull and not consider. So unfortunately, all these are pretty high. Actually, oddly enough, I mean, this card right here is 150, selling for about 150 in a PSA 10, which is just silly. So for an $18 risk, I feel like it's got a very good reward. But if I was to go through here, I might pull out some, you know, these Prestige, I might pull those out. Clear Visions are very hit and miss, but if you hit, you win. So pull out the Prestige. Rookie of the Year Contender is not very good. The reason I like these is they actually sell well, so there's Ohio State fans out there. It's an easy turn, in my opinion. This is a second-year Herbert, but I really like Herbert. Chuba, you could pull Chuba. This one just happens to be, I believe, very 10-worthy. So I'm going to leave it in. Kyle Pitts, you could pull or leave. I sold a Kyle Pitts gold. So the gold like this, Kyle Pitts in a 10 for 170 the other day. So I think he's going to be pretty popular this year. I'm going to leave those in. But you just go through and look for anything that you're not super high on. Davis Mills I'm leaving in just because, again, these have been coming back largely as 10s. Kyle Pitts, like I said, if I pull another 10 there, that was 170 the other day, and the season's not even on yet. Ian Book is one you could pull, just because I don't think he's going to get a chance anytime soon. Travis Etienne I really like going into this year, so we'll see. And then going through here, I mean, you could in theory pull that, but because it's a silver, I'm going to leave it in. You could pull that pretty easily. This isn't worth a ton, so I could pull that pretty easily. Leave that one in. And then as you're looking through them, you can also look at how they are, how they look, right? Are they going to grade well? Are you seeing anything that would automatically put it to a 9? And if you see anything, like for example, you can kind of sort of see that there's ridging across the top. You see how it's not a solid color, right? The side is solid. You can see the side is fairly solid across the edge, but there's ridging on the top of this one. So this one I might just pull because of that, although everything else is really good on it. I'll have to pull it out and look at the front, but that's one you could potentially pull. This is one if you're looking to, you know, maximize it. It doesn't have a high ceiling, so you could pull that. The Joey B is going to do very well. Jordan Love, the debuts aren't nearly as valuable. These, even in a PSA 10, are like $50, $60 cards, so you could, in theory, pull those just because they don't have as much value. Again, this is for investor cards. If the card is a PC card, I mean, I just send them across as long as they look like they could do reasonably well. Huge investor card there, in my opinion. I think if that comes back as a 10, you're talking about somewhere around that $200 to $300 mark. All the showies are going across. He's just too good. A few of those may end up in my PC. A number of them will end up. Travis Etienne, again, very high on him. This one right here, I really, really like. It does look a little off-center, so I believe it's going to hit a 9 a lot of the times, but I'm hoping there's a chance it has a 10, just because it is very nice other than that edge. Again, Prestige 2020, pretty easy for me to pull. I don't believe that even is Chronicles draft pick, so it's LSU. This card's just kind of a fun card. Actually, it's going to end up in my PC, so I'm going to put it in the PC pile. Absolute Introductions, that's easily pullable. It's not very good, but the Absolute base does very well. So again, this would thin my pile out a little bit. When you're talking about $25 a card, a few of these aren't going to be worth much more than $25, so probably not worth it. But as you're going through, that's kind of a little bit of the process I go through. And then for the PC cards, for me, I just go, you know, do I want this card slab? I don't know that I do. So I'm going to pull that one. That's not super important to me. Really like the Kellen Mond. Again, these are not for value for me. I'm just a Vikings guy, and I like things slabbed. So I'm going to slab up the Kellen Monds. One of my favorite guys, Carmelo Anthony. Just dig him. Love these two cards. These cards are just sick. Easily sellable or tradable down the road as well, which is nice, but I am a big Anthony Edwards fan. You guys know I'm a Minnesota fan. Overall, Patrick Mahomes, just one of my guys, so the straight fire looks really, really good, so I just want to get it slabbed for fun. The overdrive is just sick. The fact that it happens to be Dalvin Cook, even better. This one I got on a trade. It's an out of 25 Justin Jefferson, which I thought was pretty cool. So not a huge deal. Also got this. Just like the cards, so I'm going to get them slabbed. One of these two has got to be good. So I might sell the one that gets, if I get a 10 and 1, sell that. Keep the PSA 9. My PC is more about what I like and less about value. A lot of times I'll sell the higher value. Again, I'll probably sell one of the Kellen Monds. Just kind of a cool card. I made a deal on this early on. Made a nice trade. Immaculate Collection Kellen Mond. Unfortunately, it's the collegiate, but still pretty cool. Made a deal on this one as well. Masquerade Ballers. I think it's just going to be a funny PC card. I'll always remember the time that we had to wear masks. Anthony Edwards. Love the negative refractors, or which sepia in Topps Chrome, but just the negatives are pretty cool. I dig them. Again, just one of my favorite players, really like Kevin Durant. Pulled this one myself, so kind of a fun card. Anthony Edwards, Court Kings. Love Steph. I have a number of Steph graded cards in the PC. This one's out of 149. Poku's just a guy I'm high on long term, so kind of a fun card to send across. I may not, actually. It's a little off-centered. Yeah. So what's interesting about Prism of this year is if you look in the back, you can see how off-centered it is easier. And you can see it's more off-center than I think. Patty Mahomes, again, just a PC card. and then another Patty Mahomes. Both of these are out of 99. So just kind of fun cards, not worth a ton of money. But for me, it's just more about having a few more cards in my PC. So hopefully that gives you guys a better idea of kind of my process. So the way I look at it now is I go 100, 200, 350. So I just eliminated $350 worth of risk, which you know as well as I do, you got to invest a little money here and there to take some shots, whether that be like what I did last year, which is I got a 14 cards. I believe I paid 100 for these 14 cards before last season, and then he went off. So, you know, buying into a guy that you think has upside, that you kind of like. And for me, last year it was showy for baseball. It's just an example of an investment that I made that's looks like it's going to pay off. So whether you invest in taking a shot on a guy, or whether they're cards that you've pulled, whether in breaks or, you know, just ripping personal rips, a lot of those Chronicles, I ripped a lot of Chronicles last year. I was able to get quite a few boxes, and it's just a really fun rip. Or it's PC stuff. You just got to decide how you want to invest. But I believe off of this pile right here, it will pay for the rest of these cards to get graded and put a few extra dollars in my pocket so that I can go have some more fun, either join some more breaks, potentially get myself a couple boxes, or figure out who I think the next guy is who's going to really take a huge step forward. So a lot of fun. I love the hobby. I think it's fun. I think it's more than just a hobby. There's an opportunity to make a few dollars here and there. The biggest thing is that for me, if I were to sell all these cards, it's not like I'm going to take that money and go on vacation or whatever. It's possible I might buy a new golf club just because that's another thing I like to do. But more than likely, I'm going to buy more cards just because that, for me, is fun. I kind of keep my card money in my card money. And so, this week I sold a card for $170. I sold a couple other cards. And then I actually made a deal with somebody in the group. And I was able to buy, I think I made a deal on 4 rookie quarterbacks from 2021 in kind of some shorter print stuff, along with a Vikings lot he threw in, which I love when you guys throw in Vikings lots. The Vikings cards right now are not worth a ton of money, but I still like my guys, so I like getting a few of those cards when I can. And so I basically took the 170 with another $30 out of my pocket and made a deal that way. So it's a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it as well. Don't forget, if you guys do have cards that you guys want to send to PSA for the $18,